Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today it's Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2, because of course it is. And we are making our final approach. Buckle in, strap up, tray tables back in their original position. We are almost to Leningrad. Now, first of all, I want to say, thank you guys very much. Now, I forgot to say the other day we had reached our 6 month anniversary. That was on May 13th. What day? Hell, I don't know. The days all run together for me. What was that, like Thursday? Hello, Anthony. Good day, sir. Happy Sunday morning where I am. Uh, got the big coffee. All right, we're ready. Nordhammer. How's it going? But we reached our 6 month anniversary. We reached 3,000 subs on YouTube before our 6 month anniversary. They've actually sent me out something saying we're one of the fastest growing gaming channels on YouTube or something. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I'm glad you enjoy the content. I hope that you learned something. That's the whole point of the channel is, let's learn these games together, get more people playing them. Yay, M60. I'm glad you made the start. You're good at moderating the chat, M60, with the questions. I'm too bit, I'm playing and I can't see the comments. I have to flip over to another screen, and M60 is good at the answers. So I appreciate that. I'll send you a commission, my friend. Hello, Michael. How are you? How are you? Chrono Knight is here. My goodness. All right, we got the starting lineup here. It's fantastic. So anyway, thank you guys very much. Right now we're playing a lot of War in these two, but eventually we'll play it all. At some, well, maybe not all of it. Hell, I was looking the other day thinking, God, I really want to play Pride of Nations on the channel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but Victoria 2 is so popular, or well, there's a whole group of people that are just so into Victoria 2. Pride of Nations is an AGOD game. And it's the same time period, same thing as Vicky 2, and I almost think I'm not going to say it's better. I don't want to get that hate mail, but it's a damn good game. Anyway, I've been looking at all kinds of different games to play. I've still got to finish up the War in the West tutorial. I do understand that, and we're going to play that grand campaign. Lots of things coming down the pike. Distant Worlds 2. Well, let's jump into the game. You know what? We could sit here and chit chat forever on a Sunday morning, but let's get going. Now I went through and did all of our end of turn cleanup offline just to get that out of the way. I feel like at this point we're on turn 14. You guys kind of know what I do at the end. Now I did say last time, let's take I was looking at the victory points. Last time I said I made a mistake. And gosh, I know that never happens. It never happens. You guys have let me know that I never ever make a mistake. But every once in a while, I should have attacked this hex right here. I kind of fudged that up a little bit. I attacked sideways here, and that's fine. I mean, it's going to delay us by one turn of taking Leningrad, because ultimately we've got to be in that hex, and when it's only representing a 4 with a single counter there, hit the hell out of it and get your motorized across. Now, you're not going to attack with your motorized, but you go take the hex, then you can move your infantry in next to it, and we'll move our motorized around to this side. Now we're going to have to take an extra turn to get into that hex. It's just going to slow us down by one turn. I think we still take it at 16, but it may be 17 now. I think we could have had it on turn 15 next turn if I wouldn't have fudged that a little bit. I attack sideways instead of coming across. If you have an opportunity to get across this damn river, take it. Take it. I don't care what you got, hasty attack, whatever you can. Hit into that hex. Now, I could still hit into this hex with the hasty, so maybe that's not quite right, because I'm not going to do that attack. That is doomed to fail. But if you have a deliberate attack across this river anywhere, take it. And then jump in there with your motorized. Now, we'll do that next turn, because I don't think they can get enough strength in this hex or this hex. They've already got strength here. They may try to shuffle it. If they do that, then we'll just, we're going to take the motorized around this way anyway. Um, so I shuffled these guys around a little bit. What I've decided to do is I'm going to leave 50th Corps under Lindemann up here. So I'm going to strip out from modal the siege artillery, any of that kind of stuff that's going to be helpful in taking Leningrad. I'm going to leave that with Lindemann. I'm then going to take modal next turn and put him out here on rail with his entire force, and we're going to rail them around here kind of to the Smolensk area, okay? And we're going to start blasting the hell out of the Soviets out here so that we go and take Orel. I definitely want to take Orel, Tula, maybe even Voronezh. I'm not sure if we can get out to Voronezh now before winter, just because the whole kind of southern part of the center has just, we're playing defense there while we approach Moscow. So you may say, well, take Modal and put him up in Moscow. I think when we see the next turn play out, with the way we're up and around Moscow now, with both Panzer division or both Panzer groups, so I'm going to take this Panzer group and move it out here, and get up and around Moscow. I think we're going to take Moscow fairly easily. It's never easy, but let's say relatively easily, okay? But we're going to bring Modal in here and start just absolutely hammering them here in the center to push on to Orel, Tula, so on and so forth. Last turn, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but I was looking this over. If I went back down here and looked again, I wish I wouldn't have pushed just north of the city here. I wish I would have stayed in a line here with First Panzer. The reason is I'm not going really any further with First Panzer, and they're going to be stuck here for a turn where we have kind of, I don't know. It's not a good place for freight and whatever else. I'm going to reverse them out of here next turn. We're going to go up here and we're going to try to trap, I don't know, 30 divisions if we can in and around Kharkov and just totally try to destroy the Soviet army in the south. We'll see if we can do it, but that's the plan. I'm going to try to drive them. You can see I did a couple of attacks offline here when I was going around. I can't remember if I did it online or offline, but anyway, the point being is I busted a couple of holes here, and when you see they're not very strong along here, and they've just got a lot of men, and so we're either going to try to push. I don't think we can get up this way, but we're either going to go through here or through here, up and around Kharkov, and we're going to try to trap the entire southern Soviet front. And so if you guys want pockets, that could be a big one. Um, well, what else is there to, I did one other thing I wanted to point out. Again, I don't like to do this stuff offline because I like to talk it through with you guys, but at some point we're far enough in the game that I like to do the cleanup, kind of offline. I moved this Panzer division back. It was in this hex. It had 6 movement points. This was ripe for a counterattack into one Panzer division. I mean, he's got a lot of strength in and up here somewhere. Um, and that one Panzer division, I was afraid we may lose some, Panzers in there. So I just moved him back into this little town. What is this town? Podolsk. Of course, it's Podolsk. One night in Podolsk. So I just moved him back, and now, I've got my motorized up here in front. They would take the brunt of the hit of any kind of counterattack, and I moved this Panzer division back. So that was the other big thing. One other thing, so I went in, I put everything 60% and under on refit. The question came up, do I refit my support units? And whoa. Oh, I guess I don't have this sorted. Okay, everything under 60% TOE or 60% or below, I put on refit. Okay, 54s, 52s, 57s. I did that on refit. There were also a few things that were like 1 or 2 hexes out of command range. I got all that fixed. The question came up, do you refit your support units? I do not. I do not. The reason I do not is because they are support units. You may say, okay, smartass. I'm not trying to be a smartass, but I try to refit the actual divisions first. If there's specialized equipment that goes into the support units, the divisions getting refitted first is not going to really affect that. Um, because it's specialized equipment. So, them getting priority on, let's say, siege artillery or something, okay? Them getting, like I say, the divisions getting priority on that's not going to affect that siege artillery making it into the support unit, right? Because it's specialized. To the extent it's not specialized, I would rather it go into the division proper than go into the support unit. We may not get a support unit in a battle. The support unit might not be committed to the battle. We may not have it attached to the right place. So I'd much rather the divisions themselves um, and have the divisions be stronger and then let it trickle down to the support units as it will. Okay, one last thing before we hit next turn, and that is sorry, I cannot remember the commenter's name off the top of my head, but thank you. They pointed out that we do, and let's go down to this airfield here, right click. This is Ackerman Air Base. Is that Ackerman? I can't tell if that's an R. Ackerman, the eyesight guys. Bring an AOG in from reserve. We are going to bring in KG4, and we're going to click off a few of these and just bring in KG4, which is about 63 bombers we're bringing in. So we're going to bring in KG4 because someone in the comments pointed out this is also a specialized naval interdiction or naval patrol AOG or squadron or Grupa. AOG. Yeah, AOG. Anyway, I play a lot of games. AOG. All right, so we're going to bring them in. We're going to transfer to this air base, and they're going to help us interdict. Now it's going to tell us we have low fuel, low ammo. Okay, I didn't know that until now. We would have brought this into the air base sooner, but I didn't realize KG4 was a specialized naval unit. So we're going to bring them in now, and when it comes up next turn, see it's all red, but that's a double airfield. You could bring it into any of these double airfields. You could put it in this one. Actually, I probably should have put it in this one. It's got a depot, but okay. Now then, when we click next turn, they're going to run the support. I say the little men in the machine are going to run the support up here. And then we're going to use them and Fliegerführer Aussie to run our naval interdiction around Sevastopol. Okay? Woo! With all that said, let's hit next turn and see where we get counterattacks. I don't know where I'm most worried about. There are several places. We shall see. End our turn. All right. Off go the Soviets. Yeah, it's going to be awesome to get Modal in the center and have him start finally hitting back there in the south of the center. Um, Oh yeah, you guys are talking about kind of the freight situation out by Smolensk. Can I tell you, like, I am shocked how much freight we're getting up to Vyazma. I'm just going to let that rail unit just sit there forever. That super depot concept with rail units, Vyazma is essentially giving both of our entire panzer group, second and third, like 45 movement points. I feel like it's overpowered, to be honest with you. I don't think the Germans were getting anywhere near that amount of fuel up near Moscow. But use that with the rail units. Once you get to Smolensk, go on to Vyazma and sit that rail unit right in Vyazma. We'll go look at it this time after our logistics phase. But last turn, most of our panzers had like 45 or 46 movement points. It's what allowed us to get all the way up here to Moscow, essentially easily. We could have gone further. So yeah, really use that super depot concept with the rail units because it's drawing massive amounts of freight in the middle for sure. All right, Soviet sorties. A lot of this is recon. I know my head's in the way. I never know which way to turn. They've now run 444 sorties. They lost 139 planes, 94 of that from air combat. We've only lost 2 in air combat, so they were trying to do some bombing missions on us. Here, I'll try to move. I'll try to move. I don't know if that works, but they've run like 400 and almost 500 sorties. They lost like 150 planes. Uh, I'll just chime in with what you guys are discussing. I haven't worried a damn thing about trucks so far, and contrary to some comments, we haven't had any freight problems whatsoever. Um, I mean, let's wait until this turn. I don't want to speak too soon. But once, okay, they're attacking all outside of Moscow. But as you can see, we're absolutely just shredding them. And that's why I try to get to the objectives first and let them attack later because they just don't have good enough units at this point to do anything to you. We're getting 2, 3, 4 to 1 odds against them every time. They're just throwing men against a wall at this point. Uh, they've kind of got to do something. We've got them in a bad situation. Oh, but anyway, I haven't worried a damn thing about trucks. Push forward as fast as you can. I keep saying it, but worry about that stuff later. Um, just push forward. Take your stuff. The trucks will catch up. You're not going to get into a point where you don't have any trucks. So far, from what I see in this game, if you do your rail lines correctly, by this point, you really are in pretty decent shape. I mean, we've got our rail lines all the way out. I've got it in Vyazma. I've got it here. Gosh, I always forget that. Oh, Luga. The only place where it's a problem right now is in the south, but that's just because we're so far out there. But now we're into D Town, which has a huge rail yard. Once we get the rail into D Town, we'll be fine in the south too. Just keep pushing. That's just my opinion. As if you didn't know that. Terrence, the air war is not that important, and you know what? That's actually pretty historically accurate. I mean, not until later. When the Soviets get complete air superiority, and we'll see that when we play the defensive scenario from Stalingrad on, once the Soviets in, 42, 43 get air superiority, um, the air war's just not important. I could have turned our entire air force off this entire game, and I think we'd be at about the same place, and we wouldn't have lost as many planes. Now, I'm not going to say I do like to have the ground support on in the first 10 turns or so, just because you really, blast things even harder. But the Germans were not. The Germans were a land army. You know, they had dive bombers and the Stukas get a lot of play and whatnot, but ultimately they did what they did with their land units. But yes, when we go on the defensive in that Stalingrad scenario, which is where I think we're going to have to do it. You'll see once the Soviets have air superiority, they just absolutely wreck your panzer divisions if you take them out of cover. So, or at least that's how it used to be. Hey, thanks, Auckland. I appreciate it. I like the kind words. Thank you. Yeah, maybe at the higher difficulties, Django. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna come back and play this game eventually on whatever the highest difficulty level is. My understanding is all it really does at the higher difficulty levels is Soviet units teleport around the map. So if you get a breakthrough, all of a sudden half the Soviet army, but that's how the AI is already playing, and you can actually take advantage of that. For instance, I'm going to move my motorized around here. Um, Probably the optimum way now that I've played through once to do it up here by Leningrad is just to take your motorized out over here because it draws all the Soviet units that way. It probably would have been easier. Now, you're playing a little ahistoric in that sense, right? I mean, of course they're going to drive the panzers to the objective and then fan out, and that's what I'm trying to do. But ultimately, I think taking your panzers out away from the objectives maybe is more optimum. We'll see. All right, so they've done any counterattacks for the most part. They're going to do, I think. Yeah, here we go. German logistics. We make precision watches in Germany. All right, looks like they broke through here just a little bit. They almost got to the rail line. Not that the rail line's all the way out here, but they're getting a little close to Vyazma, so we'll have to take care of that. We'll go set those naval air directives. I think that's the only thing we have to do in the air. I'm going to keep it the same. I'm going to let the Romanians fly fighter missions. They actually shot down a lot of Soviet planes last turn in the south. There was one of the attacks I think I did offline with the Panzer infantry where I think they shredded like 40 or 50 Soviet planes to like 10 losses. So as long as they're doing that, it's fine. Oh, that reminds me. Looking at the map, I do think I'm going to take one of the Romanian corps and run it through the Crimea and try to go get Krasnodar with the Romanians. Sure, why not? We're in a good shape. That's the kind of things you start doing when you feel like you're in good shape. Um, we maybe I've been contemplating trying to go get Stalingrad in 1941, just to trip your guys' trigger. We'll see. We'll see where we are. Okay. Let's just kind of take a quick overview of what happened. Not a whole lot. They didn't do much in the north. Now you can see they beefed up that hex quite a bit. It's up to a 40. It was a 4 last time. That was my fault, but whatever. Sometimes you make a mistake. Um, this all still looks good. They tried to counterattack in here, but surprisingly, we're going to be able to link this up and trap what? 2, 4, 7, 9, 11, 11 divisions. We should easily trap those. Where did they put some strength? Okay, they put a little more strength over here than I thought they would, because I was going to bring 3rd Panzer this way. Hmm. This is an interesting setup we've got out here now. Now you can see they've really started to drop back here to protect Moscow, Kalinin. They're really dropping back. So Ninth Army should really get on the move. We're going to bring Modal down here to the rail yard and try to get him over into the center to go take these other places, Tula and whatnot. We're going to make Fourth Army an assault army and go from there. I think by pushing out here, we'll relieve. Oh, look, they did try to break through here. They've got a motorized unit or an armor unit through. Okay, so he came down here and then said, "Whoa," and had to back up. We'll get out and surround him. All right. Second Army's still on the struggle bus for sure. Right? They're just kind of mucked and mired down here. Usually I would have taken Gomel like 5 turns ago, but I just played a little differently this time. 6 looks good. Look at this. That's how you want a defensive line, right? You put some of these on reserve. That all looks good. Now, I did take the Romanians and try to push them up this way a little bit, and you can see the response you get when you do that, but that's fine. I want those to magnet right here because we're going to take 1st Panzer and get around the back of them. You can see, and this is what I was afraid of. 1st Panzer got almost no freight out here because we're not into D-Town yet. So, I mean, 10 movement points, 7, not great, not great. I've seen better. But we're going to back them out of here this time, give them a turn to recharge, and then off we go. And then I think we can bag maybe 20 or 30 divisions out here. That's the hope. If we do that, I'll push for Leningrad or Leningrad, Stalingrad. I think we can get there. Oh, look, mud. We're getting some mud. Let's go look at the weather. Oh gosh, I always hit on that Wikipedia. Why do I do that? Info. There we go. Weather. All right. It started to rain in the Central Soviet Union. It's also out here in Turkey. Not that we care. Crimea. It started to rain a little bit down here in the Crimea and off here just to the east of Rostov, luckily. But it looks like it bows up here. We may have a little rain up by Moscow. Let's see what we got going next time. All right, we're going to get some bad weather. We're getting to Leningrad just in time because it looks like this is going to get pretty bad. Yeah, it's going to rain over the entire front next turn. This turn, not so bad. Not so bad. It's got, kind of this weird arc, but luckily it missed Leningrad. We got there just in time. Now it's going to start raining in the south, then the whole front. So here is the mud. It's here. The AI kicked in. They're like, you're too far, my friend. Where else do we have mud out here? Do we have mud in the center yet? Doesn't look like it, but it's going to be raining next turn. Ground is clear. Ground is clear. I wish I had that mud mod or I could use it. I can't do that till we're done with this game and I can upgrade to the next update level. All right, so we're oh, air. Don't forget your air, my friend. Let's go down to the south. We've now got Fliegerführer C and KG4. Oh wow, he was put in Romanian. All right, let's put him in Luftflotte 4. Okay. Now Luftflotte 4 is going to do some naval work. Naval Air Patrol. Okay. And let's put it just a couple of clicks off of Sevastopol. Now we're not going to get escort out here. We don't even have it. I guess I could move some fighters down here, but I'm not that worried. We're going to put intensity high. Okay. Oh, I'm going to bump these to 11,000 feet. Why is that? Well, because I only have them at 9,000 feet because we're worried about flak from neighboring hexes, and you don't get that under 10,000 feet. But out here, there are no neighboring hexes, right? We're not going to get any flak. I actually could go higher than that. Well, let's just keep them at 11,000 feet. That's fine. High, we're also going to bump this up to, let's say, 3 hexes and move it just there. Does that work? I think that doesn't that cover every damn hex that they can get into Sevastopol from? I think so. All right, we'll see. I mean, we may get blown away here, but I don't care as much about the planes. I just don't. It doesn't really matter. Naval patrol. Well, will matter if we can completely interdict Sevastopol, but I'm not expecting that. I guess it could happen. Let's go look at our news events first of all. Oh, hey, look at that. Joe Stalin pooped his pants. With German forces approaching the capital, Stalin orders the evacuation of the Communist Party, the general staff, and various civil government offices from Moscow to Kubieshev, leaving only a limited number of officials behind. The evacuation causes panic among Muscovites. Much of the civilian population tries to flee. Nothing are mobbing the available trains and jamming the roads from the city. Despite all this, Stalin publicly remains in the Soviet capital, somewhat calming the fear and pandemonium. Okay, there goes the Communist Party. Doot, 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 doot. Out they go. First Liberty ship. On September 27, 1941, the first Liberty ship, the SS Patrick Henry, is launched. Give me liberty or give me death. Liberty ships will prove to be major parts of the Allied supply system. Okay. Soviet partisans, yes, they are still out here. You may find that shocking. Okay. What else? Do we want to do anything else with the air? Not really. I don't really want to. I could start just like bombing Moscow or doing weird things like that, but I don't really see the point in it. It would be fun. How about that? As much as bombing can be fun. Um, nah, nah, we're fine. We're fine. Let's go ahead and get rid of the air directives. Off you go. Oh, wow. I guess I've got message level 1 on. That happened really fast. 83 sorties. We've taken 6 operational losses so far. Okay. Yeah, we've still only taken 6, and they're all operational losses. So the Soviets evidently don't have much air power down here. or at least they're not using it for this. Again, thank you, whoever told me KG4. Let's crank this up to 1 again. Let's make this move a little faster. I just want to see the damn interdiction levels. Oh, there we go. Lightning strikes out there. 309 sorties, 9 losses, all operational so far. Now 10. All right. Well, that worked out better than I would have thought. Here we go. Luftflotte 4, Naval Patrol. Right. Okay. Alexander Lair is the guy that's in charge of Luftflotte 4. He's actually pretty good. Air and admin, both 7. We ran 371 mission sorties. We did get a little escort, 10. We didn't lose any. We only lost 10 of the mission planes. 13 got damaged. Okay, let's go look at the interdiction levels, which is, hey, look at that. We interdicted the whole damn place. Anytime you have 2 or more in advantage of interdiction in a place, you've interdicted that place. So, yeah, we've got interdiction of Sevastopol, and you can also see it in this light blue here. Anything that's, and this is dark blue, so I believe that's like full interdiction, right? This is partial. Um, I wonder why that would be different though. That's a 4 and a 1, and we've got other 4s and maybe I'm just selected on that hex. All right, dummy, get it together. These are all, yeah, fully interdicted out here. Okay, wow. I did not that worked a lot better than it did in Lake Ladoga. Wow. Um, yeah, I guess maybe we could have done it over here too, but I feel like I'm gonna cut that off with land units, right? M60. I mean, I guess I could have. I could have, maybe run it over here as well, or maybe up in here. I don't know. But aren't we going to cut all that off to the city this way? My thinking was the only way they're going to get supplies in here from a port is the actual port. I do see what you're saying. They could come in here, right, and then down the road. But I think I'm going to have infantry units there, and maybe this turn, maybe next turn. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I haven't play tested it, so you could be right about that. Okay. Well, we are always start in the north. You want to start in the south this time, or at least down here? Why don't I move these guys first and just get them down here and ready to go? Let's try to kind of square up. Oh, somebody said make sure you take this port because the Soviets can get troops in there. Um, okay. I will. I will. Let's move this group. All right, well, we took the port, but I guess we probably should put something in there. Do I still have both those units back here? Okay. Um, what is it? Sorry. 54th Corps. Okay, 54th Corps. You're the guys that are moving down here to the west of the city. All right. Just put them right in there. We'll get the air landing unit. I love the air landing unit. We'll put them a little further, maybe to the east. I don't know. I'm just making up things now. I don't really know how to do this in this game, but we'll figure it out. All right, there we go. I guess, shit, we can start getting supply over here from Odessa. That's awesome. Um, oh, he can't quite get there. Dang it. All right, we'll just put him there. We'll put this guy, we'll bring them up here in the center. I don't know how hard of a nut this is going to be to crack. I'm not used to them not having anything down here. This guy is a little behind everybody. Let's just put him over here in case there is some kind of problem. Uh, let's put the headquarters down here as we just kind of march on. Oh, so this time I'm actually going to bring these Romanians. I think we've got, if I back up a little bit, you can see the situation. We pushed way out here with a lot of these, but we've got a lot more Romanian forces. I actually think I'm going to reverse these guys out and try to take them up through this way. Because we've got plenty of coverage here. I don't see a problem really. And we can always send more from the north or something. So I think I'm going to bring these guys down here and try to go get like Krasnodar. What's the other one? It's Makop, right? Why don't we go get these points if we can? If we're going to get a sudden victory, we're going to need to get a few of these, kind of outlying areas. So we may as well make it those. 11th Army could also take, take Sebastopol and then leave the Romanians here, and then they can be the army that moves out and actually come in from the south on Rostov. I don't know. We're going to run out of time at some point. I mean, it is September 28th, but dare to dream, gentlemen. Dare to dream. Let's just take this corps and we'll head them out south. The other corps we'll leave up here. But see, they can get a long ways here. There's like no Soviet resistance, so we may as well take them out this way and see how far down here we can get, or across here we can get. I would imagine they're going to have decent amount of forces in this area. It'll probably take, 11th Army to push across that, but hey, we'll see. I don't know. I've been surprised before. This also protects 11th Army's flank a little bit. They are a little exposed here. I probably took this a little too far. I probably should have left a unit there. But by bringing this corps down, which again is under 11th Army, I think that's pretty good stuff. Let's move 11th Army down a little bit. Let's get these guys back in command. We also have this Romanian corps that's under 11th Army. We may eventually transfer that because I think I'm going to keep them moving up this way. I don't know. We got a lot of units out here. Um, Before I forget, let's get this damn railroad unit into D-Town. What do you say? Let's repair, repair, repair. I promised at one point to stop doing that. There we go. All right, so he's into D-Town. Why don't we come out this way and then hook in Z-Town as well? I think you have to, let's take the units off to make sure, but I think you have to, oh gosh, let's take the victory points off. Let's take logistics off. Yeah, you got to come out this way. Oh, let's do this. The invisible unit. Where is he? I don't know, but he's repairing rail. Check that out. Okay, now he's in. All right, let's put him back on there. There he is. All right, so we're going to connect those two. And then once I do that, shit, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll take it into Stalino and then into Rostov. Why not? Um, Okay, so I've moved these. Oh, this is that headquarters. Somebody pointed out I had some headquarters that I'd brought down here. I also moved this other additional headquarters down here. I don't really know why or what I'm doing with them. I'm just kind of moving them around the map because they're available, but I don't have anything to use them with. I may want to push them up to 4th Army at some point, just because if I do make that an assault army, I may need some extra commanders. Uh, I can't move any further there. I guess these guys I will keep going forward. Sure. Okay. We'll figure out how to do the command structure. For now, they're in command, so it's not a big deal. Um, sure. I don't know. Let's get on the rail line. Let's bring your commander up. Yeah, he's only at 8 of 15, so shit, they can get almost up to here before he'll be out of command by 11th Army. So that's fine. We've got this. Let's bring him up this way. I know it's not the most efficient. He can go a lot further than that. I just want to make sure there's nothing up here. So I'll just use these cavalry units to kind of do that. Not that they can clear everything, unfortunately. Well, we just kind of go around there. All right. Fine, fine. Okay, now I'm gonna leave the south. We'll come back to the south, but the most important thing. Whoa, shoot, where am I? The most important thing this time is Leningrad, really, and getting this set up correctly. So what am I gonna do here? What is he gonna do? We've got something from 23rd Corps and something from 50th Corps sitting here. Okay. I really want 50th Corps to be the ones that lead the assault, but I'm going to have to move these guys a little bit too to get all of this to fit. 16th Army, I'm going to kind of move out of here. It's going to be 18th Army that leads this assault. Also, I've got modal. Nope, that's 50th Corps. Oh, I thought those were modals guys. Where is modal? There he is. First Corps. Okay. First Corps is going to get the hell out of here. So I guess I can take him all the way to Peskov. Let's do that. They're going to come down to the center. We're going to get them as far down this rail as we can. And then next time, we're going to rail them out. You may say a little premature. I say bold action. These are all one corps. All right. Okay, he can get there. They should all get on the rail. He cannot quite get on the rail. Okay, whatever. They'll be on the rail for next time. Walter Modal is sitting in Pskov. He is ready to rumble. All right, now what do we have here? This is 26th Corps. All right, let's just get rid of this unit and get it out of the way. All right. Now what? He asks. 26 Corps is just going to hold here. These guys, this is what, Schultz or Wadrig? Gosh darn it, Wadrig. I'll just back him up over here. All right, so they're going to be a holding force there. Now then, where is L Corps? They're back here. They're also here. 50th Corps. I know. Don't yell at me. I know it's 50th Corps. All right. That's 50th Corps. Okay, in you go. Oh, one thing I may actually want to do differently here. I'm gonna have enough. Never mind. 23rd Corps. Yeah, it's 23rd Corps. I'm gonna bring around this way, I believe. Um, All right. Let's look at this one more time. 50th Corps. I want 3 strong 50th Corps there, and I want 3 strong 50th Corps here. But we may have to move something first. I don't want to move too many of my motorized before, because I want to try to blow this hex out, which I should have done last time, and it's going to cost us more men. But let's go ahead and move him up here and see what we're dealing with. Not a whole lot. Right. Okay. Let's move you there. Let's take these two. We can't do a deliberate. Let's do a hasty. Off you go. Well, that's 2 tanks. All right. All right. Now we got a full breakthrough into the back. I'm not going to attack this way. I guarantee you those are strong units. Too strong, probably. I could go with him. I got to make sure I leave motorized here to move into that hex, but best way to do it. Okay, let's actually back the Panzer off, or back this Panzer off anyway. He'll go there. All right. Now then, this guy, 23rd Corps, I can't decide whether to bring him here. I think I got to bring him here. Maybe that's what I've got to do. All right, let's bring 23rd Corps over to here. Now we've got the blue division out here. I kind of want him up in the fray because he's got a lot of strength. All right. Who else is in 50th Corps? You two. There you are. All right. Move up all of 50th Corps. Awesome. Now let's go look at modal and let's see what I put in here for. He's got mixed heavy howitzers, Stoogs, Pioneers. God dang, he's got the whole thing. Okay, let's put some of this in 50th Corps. So we'll do. Well, I guess we got to put him in 18th Army first and move him down next time. I still don't quite understand. I would even be willing to pay the AP for that. Um, I know I could probably go do it by going to the support units themselves. Yeah, as a matter of fact. No, that wouldn't work. Well, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and, do brain surgery on it. We'll move that up to 18th Army for now. Does he doesn't really have as much out here as I thought. As far as like what's going to be helpful to take Leningrad. He's got Stugs, which always help. Let's get that Stug out. And we'll put him up in. Yeah, they're making us move it up first. Okay, it is what it is. We'll put that up in 18th as well. Speaking of 18th, let's go and look what they've got because we'll try to pull them down. Assigned 11. He's just got that. What did I do with that damn siege artillery? Did I give them to Lindemann already? Werfer, construction. We really could get that out. Pioneer. Okay. Flak. We'll have to get those other ones next time. Fine. Okay. What's in 23rd? Stug, mixed, Werfer. He's not going to need any of this stuff, really. It's a Stug battery. We got mixed flak. All right. Well, I'm going to do that offline. We're not going to attack this time anyway, but I'll have to go offline and figure out where the hell that siege artillery and all that junk is. Right then. Okay. So 16th then, I'm going to back one of these off. And don't forget, we got that blue division. Not that you were going to forget, but we've still got that blue division down there that we can use. 611. He would have 9 left. I am going to maybe use him. Or, yeah, these guys, I don't think they're strong enough to take this. Yeah, they can't even do a deliberate attack, so that's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to move this blue division up, and I'm going to move, and I know I'm mixing and matching a little bit. That's probably not ideal, but we're going to do a deliberate attack there and try to blow this out. Come on, baby. Oh, just did 2-1. How about that? That's fun. Okay. Now then, we got to try to get into the hex with something. I think we're going to have to do it with the Panzer, but all right, we're into the hex. That was way too much work. I should have done that last time, boys. We could go in there with this Panzer division as well if we wanted to. I'm not sure if that makes sense, though. I mean, he's going to be able to hold that, I do believe, unless I've lost my mind. They don't need to do anything else. How about the blue? Can I move him? No. Can I move any of these? Can I move you back? Not really. Okay. So we're going to move this infantry around then. 16th infantry. Move them around this way. All right. Triple stacked there. We probably could do an attack here, but I don't really want to. We're fine. This guy, we're going to push into this hex there. Do I dare? I really don't need to do this. That's usually when I get in trouble, when I do things I don't need to do. This motorized will take... Okay, if we have 2 motorized and can do an attack, I'll do it. Let's do it. All right. We only lost 1 tank so far. So far. We lost 10 tanks. That's all right. Now we've blown through the back here. Can't get in there. Can't quite get into that hex. Can anybody else? Doesn't look like it. Too many delay points. Damn it. That's all right. We're in fine shape now, my friends. These guys, what are you up to? Let's move them out here. They can go like there. And I don't know. There. Sure. Why not? All right. This is all setting up. We'll move the rest of 18th across the river next time. Get them into this hex. The Panzers can come around the back. They'll cut off the port. It is going to take us an extra turn. I don't think I can take it next turn. I probably should have had it in 16, but we'll take it by turn 17. We'll be all right. Um, let's just move these guys up here, the headquarters. Get them all snugly up there. That all looks good. We've got the Panzers. Probably we'll use the Panzers next turn to cut off the port and everything. The turn after that, we'll get them the hell out of here and get them to Moscow. This is fine. All this is fine. We've gotten like essentially no counterattacks out here. Do I dare? Yeah, sure. Oh, that's why you don't do that. I keep telling myself, stop doing those attacks that aren't needed. Luckily, we only lost 46 men. So, okay, there's a unit. Just start pushing, boys. We'll get those two together. If there was something out here, he's isolated. I don't think there was ever anything out there though. I think a unit maybe tried to get out there and then came back or something. I don't know. We'll move him a little further north just to make sure. Shit, I don't know. We're in Ninth Army. Should we keep going? First Corps, 18th. Okay. Actually, you know what? We don't need modal right here. And we don't need. We're still drawing freight with the FBD. Let's do that. But I think I'll move 4th Panzer up a little bit. The whole reason being is let's get modal so his units are in command. So to the oh shit. Okay, let's go around this way. It won't be on the rail. That was my fault. That's fine. He could probably march down there faster than these guys are going to make it by rail. I just don't want them to miss an admin roll and not have as much supply out there as I want them to when we get there. Okay. On we go. On we go. Let's take Ninth Army. I think we've done everything we can up here, or everything I want to do. I don't know if we've done everything we can. I wish I could get into that hex, I guess, but I don't think it really matters. Um, I don't know. It all looks good. We'll take it the next couple of turns. Now then, let's push north and east, boys. What do you say? We got clear hexes out here. I like that. I don't want these guys to get too far apart. All right, there's a motorized unit. So I am glad I brought him this way. We'll also bring this guy up a little bit this way. We're across that river. And all right. Not really maximizing movement points here. I do understand that, but I got to make sure nothing's back here that's just hanging out. All right, on we go, on we go. As we push on Rzhev. I kind of would like these guys to be back into a division, but we'll do that in a minute. Yeah, I'll just leave him there. This guy we're going to break up, and we'll just come around. We'll come around. Are we coming around or are we not coming around? What's going on here? All right, you go there. You come all the way back here, I guess. How annoying. Um, shit, I don't know. I guess I guess we'll have him come back here. All right, that just protects, this guy's now cut off a little bit. He'll have to try to retreat back up there if he can. Another thing we could probably do is just blow this guy out of here if possible. But I also want him on this for this attack here. Let's move into this hex. Whoa, shit! I should have looked at the movement points of that first. Whoops. Um, okay, now I maybe are going to keep us from taking Rzhev. I got a little bit in a hurry there. Let's hit that. Let's see if we can get him out of there. All right, off he goes. So now we've taken Rzhev, and that'll give us, what, 10, 6? I don't know. That gives us some amount of points. I can't remember how many. I think we got the bonus here. When did the Germans take this historically? Let's go find out. Rzhev. They took October 14th. This is September 28th. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Um, Gosh darn it. I think I'm going to turn around and try to take that out. I just don't like that at all. Um, I really wish. All right, he's going to have to go set up shop in town, and we're going to have to bring him there. There we go. That looks better. Then we'll just bring this other unit over here to kind of guard off. Now, I wanted the Ninth Army to get going this way, but this kind of was a wrinkle that I wasn't expecting. Um, yeah, this all looks fine. That's fine. So we've taken Rzhev. What's our how are we looking? 515. So we did get five. I guess we got 5 bonus points for Rzhev. 10 turn axis. 17 is when you're supposed to get here. We got here by turn. This is turn 15. So okay, cool. That is taken. And with that, I think I'm going to call it an episode this time. Because when we come back tomorrow, 2:30 Pacific Coast Time, when we come back, we are going to continue to move Ninth Army. I probably didn't do this as well as I wanted to because I need to get Ninth Army moving to the east here. They need to help punch into Moscow. Um, but that's okay. We still haven't taken Kalinin, which usually I would run up there first, but things are looking so promising here that I haven't done that this time. We could go ahead and just take our pot shot here. You guys, let's do another attack. Let's hit that unit, knock him out of there. All right, that looks good. And I think we're unfortunately going to have to cover back with this guy like this way. I didn't really want to do that, but looks like I'm not going to have a choice. But we'll do all of that next time. Things are looking good, boys. Things are looking good. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. As always, thanks for making the channel grow so fast. You guys are the best. Great, great comments. As always, thank you all for answering questions as I was playing the game. I really appreciate it. So anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you soon. I'm going to be back with a War in the Pacific Admirals Edition in like 5 minutes. Give me 5. I'll be back with War in the Pacific by popular demand. I'm going to go do that. Thank you, Rzhev. Thank you. See you tomorrow, 2:30 Pacific Coast Time. We will be streaming Turn 15 as we continue.